You who dwell in darkness, you who begrudge the light, awaken, for I now bestow upon you an opportunity for revenge. Rise to your feet once more, five dastardly bombers.
Greetings, Kooplies! It's Donnie here from PlaySomeVideoGames.com, and I'm here to review the Nintendo Switch launch game Super Bomberman R. Bomberman R is the latest entry into a series that dates back to the 1980s, and depending on which consoles you count, has more than 30 releases in the history of the franchise. In Super Bomberman R, you get to choose between two modes of gameplay, story mode and multiplayer. The story mode features up to 50 maps full of enemies to vanquish, walls and blocks to detonate, and warp zones or switches to discover. There's the offset boss battle along the way, and overall it's a Bomberman game. The cutscenes are the real reward for completing a world, as they pack a ton of charisma and color, but ultimately this mode is rather uneventful. Playing multiplayer allows for up to 8 players to get on the chaotic bombing action, either locally with multiple Switch systems or online together. This is the real mode that you should be interested in if Bomberman has any appeal to you. Playing with my kids was a lot of fun, at least initially. Getting started and playing online is a real treat. There's up to 8 maps to choose from, initially with a variety of customizable rules. And while I never encountered any issues when I played online, after the latest patch, version 1.2, was released, it fixed most of the control lag issues that I had on day one or during the launch week. However, even with the control issues being fixed, there's just not much here that will attract anyone that isn't already enamored with the series. I can't really remember playing Bomberman in my past. I played Bomberman 64 on Nintendo 64, but that was back, when I just kind of played any game because I had it available to me. And I messed around with Bomberman Live on Xbox 360, and it was a lot of fun, but I can't say that I have a strong nostalgic tie to the series. What I was hoping for when I purchased Bomberman R for the Nintendo Switch was a colorful mascot game with tons of replayability, something that the kids and I could turn on and get into a match and have a lot of fun with, even if it was just for a short amount of time, and we didn't really find that at all. My kids basically were bored of it, and I was more or less left with buyer's remorse, with a $60 game that kind of felt like it was best suited for phones or tablets. I mean, it really kind of feels like a mobile game. The graphics here, while they're not bad, there's certainly nothing that's going to blow you away, and the gameplay is nothing that's going to blow you away either. I understand that launch titles are expected, not to blow our minds. You should go into any launch game kind of with reservation. But Super Bomberman R feels incredibly overpriced, and I'd have a hard time recommending this game over many of your other options on the Switch at launch. I couldn't recommend this game over 1-2 Switch, or, definitely not Zelda, of course, or Fast Racing Neo, or even The Binding of Isaac, or Shovel Knight. I think all of those options are better options than Super Bomberman R. So while it's priced at the retail version at $50, I couldn't recommend anybody buying this game for more than $20-25. So therefore, my final review score for the game overall is a 45. I just don't think it's really good use of your money. I think there are a lot of better options out there, and I just don't think it really does anything at all exciting or enticing or anything that got its hooks into me at all. And it might just be because I don't have that nostalgic tie to it. If you do, maybe you'll find more out of it, but for someone like me that was just kind of coming into it with a casual focus, it just didn't do anything for me. So it's one of the few Switch games so far that I've purchased that I really do have buyer's regret for, and hopefully you don't follow down that same path. So anyway, that's my thoughts on Super Bomberman R. As always, check us out, PlaySomeVideoGames.com. Thank you for listening to the review, and as always, never stop gaming.